My name is D. Smith. This is TQA Weekly, and if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com. Go to my website, tqaweekly.com, where you can see these show notes, comment on them, interact with others, as well as go to the subscribe page to find other ways of getting this show, and use the contact form to email me directly. And if you're already on YouTube, you know what to do. The comments box is down below. And to make this show better, go to patreon.com/TQAweekly, where you can read all about on this. And this week's topic is 13 how-to Windows 10 skills. Today I'm going to make you a power user if you are not already a power user, with 13 useful things that you can do with Windows 10, and some of these tricks do translate backwards into Windows 8.1, 8, 7, and even earlier than that. So these will be very simple tricks that will make you look like a master. So let's get on to them, and we're going to be doing this on my desktop, so it might be a little longer than I'm used to making episodes, but just deal with me. This will make you a lot better with Windows. So the first trick I'm going to talk to you about is the day one state of Windows. Available with 8, 8.1, and Windows 10. You hold down the shift button, you go to the start menu, click on power, and hit restart. Make sure you do your backups first. It will give you a menu. You can actually turn Windows clock all the way back to when you installed it. The second trick is how to disable Cortana. Cortana is an annoying prick, especially for a game streamer like me, where it will just randomly in the middle of a high action game turn on and search Bing. So the only things I can figure out with this is A, it's searching Bing, which I hate Bing. I don't even put any money into Bing for you to find my show. The other thing is I didn't call on it. I don't play Halo. There's no way in hell I'm going to be using it. So you click on this thingamajig, you will find this button right here, right underneath the house, unless you have just a search. And then you click on the settings, and up here you have the off button, and it will turn Cortana off and give you a search window. A neat little trick though is if you right click the search, you can leave just a search icon. This is normally how I leave my windows. Then you can also disable tracking. So you would click the search icon now, and then hold on, because I'm also reading from notes, and then search for privacy settings. So privacy, do I see it? Okay, privacy settings. I'm not going to be telling you what to disable in here, but you don't have to keep any of it. So you can literally go and say disable this and location, and turn location off. You can clear the history from it. You can go to the camera and just turn a bunch of the stuff off. You don't need any of this, so you just go and click those off. Let app control radios, don't need this. Basically, you can just turn those all off. Now, relocating folders like pictures, documents, videos would seem like a useless skill, but it's a pretty valuable skill, especially if you have to deal with the fact that you have a small SSD and a big hard drive. So you would literally just have to go, and this is the easiest way to do it. Go to your File Explorer. You'll go under this PC, obviously, and you see all these folders at the top? Well, you can relocate them. So you would right-click folders, like pictures, go to Properties, go under Location, and then you can change their position from like the C drive to the D drive. That's it. That is literally all I did at the computer store when I wanted to relocate folders to a different drive. It may actually copy over. Now, if you have several computers running Windows 10 and you want to reduce the amount of bandwidth used overall, then use the search option and type in update. Under the advanced options, you'll be given a few different choices. And here is the choose how updates are delivered. Now, this is basically the torrent style way of Windows actually propagating the updates. So you could, in theory, leave it to the default. It's normally on. It normally accesses other computers on your computer network and pieces on the internet. Now, if you want it just save bandwidth, you only got one computer, turn it off, we'll download directly and only what you need. And if you're over metered bandwidth, then it won't even connect unless you're actually on a LAN. So you can connect it to PCs on the internet or local network. If you click local network, only computers inside your network will share the updates. One of them will download it and then they'll share between each other, but all the computers have to be on for this to actually work. Now, changing default applications in Windows 10 can be an epic pain in the arse. To be frank, Windows is going to go out of its way to piss you off by trying to convince you that all of their applications work better. Really, Microsoft? I don't think so. So click the Start menu, you'll click Settings, and then in Settings you go to System, and then under System, obviously you go to Default Apps. Now, if you're trying to choose a default app in here, it might actually tell you that something else is better. So you would click on it, and obviously I don't have any of this, but you click on it and then you'll be given multiple choices, then you select it. And that is it. It will actually tell you that their app might work better in some cases. Now, if you really screw up, which I doubt, then you can click here. But basically, as you just saw, you click on it, you're given a choice, end of story. Then you also have a very similar, very useful task, which is the scheduler. It's to allow you to set up automated tasks. Do you do something every single day or on a very specific day of the week? Well, all you have to do is search up for the scheduler. So task scheduler, which is the best match in my case. It obviously opens in the wrong screen. So once you get this app open, on the right, you'll have actions. You can create a basic task. And you'll see just how easy it is. So you name the task, let's say task 1. And for those wondering, I'm using a Black Widow keyboard, so that's why you hear mechanical keys. So let's call it task 1. Then let's say it's a daily task. You click next. It says an hour. We'll leave it this way. Reoccurs, let's say, every day. And then in action, you start a program. Then you would actually load a program. Let's say, by the way, one of the really neat things is if it's a program that has a shortcut, normally Windows actually can figure this out by itself. It'll actually just go and get the application information in the shortcut. Then you would click finish when you're happy with it. This is useful for, let's say, if the computer is in a business environment or if it's in a home office and you need to use something on a daily basis. Let's say at 4 p.m. you absolutely need to check your email. Well, you can load the email program in this way automatically. Don't have to worry about it, and everything will just show up. If this is a kid's computer and you want to make sure they go to do their homework, this is one way of getting them to do the tasks. So this is a very easy way of setting up automated tasks. Editing the Start menu tile interface is simple. It's the same for Windows 8 and 8.1. You can change the size by resizing it from whatever size is available for each one, keeping that in mind that some of these apps have only specific sizes available. So let's say you can also resize this to large, and then you can resize this to wide. You can resize it to small. Don't know why you would do that. And then I leave it on medium, obviously. You can move their position. You can, when you do this little thing where you see that gray block underneath, that actually makes a new group. And if you click up here, you can change the name of the group. You can put it back in other groups. You can make this wider. Obviously, you have to stick these all back underneath of each other. Once you do that, then you can also bring, hold on. Oh, there it is. There. Okay, so basically just stick. We can resize it. It's not apparently easy, so Microsoft, you might want to fix that one. So now the silence notifications. Here is the Action Center. It has got to be the most annoying so-called pseudo feature in history. You've got this button right here called Quiet Hours. I have no choice to use it. So you basically click on it and it will suppress any notifications from the operating system itself. This will keep people from getting pissed off from having way too many notifications. I don't need the computer to tell me every time I enter a USB key or a cell phone or a tablet into my computer. Windows thinks we do, but we don't. So that is one way of silencing notifications. In the same place, you also have an airplane mode for some of your gadgets. So if you have airplane mode, it will be available in here. If you have Bluetooth, also another fancy skill, you can click the Bluetooth button and that would allow you to actually like pair, obviously, connect, even forget devices. You also have other Bluetooth options that are available. This does take quite a while for it to load if you have a lot of gadgets because it's looking for other stuff, but that is how you would actually get your Bluetooth. And I already have an episode on Bluetooth, so if you want to learn how to pair in Windows 10, more specifically, look for that episode, but that is how you would do it. You would have the airplane mode in here, you have Bluetooth, you have quiet hours, you can access the settings from here, VPN, location, and even add notes. So that is several at the same time. Now, there's also this really neat thing called new desktops. Now, there's going to be a lot of Linux fanboys out there saying, well, we already have this tool, so just Linux. And I would like to calm those Linux people down by explaining one fact about operating systems. No one operating system is good for everybody. Linux is good for people who like using Linux. I like using Linux, but the problem with Linux is there is no video editing programs that are sufficiently capable of doing what a normal YouTuber would expect to be able to do, and we definitely don't want programs that crash every 15 minutes. So we obviously end up having to use products on platforms that actually work. Most gamers play AAA titles on either consoles that might have Windows or Linux based on them, but if they're a PC player, they're more than likely going to play on Windows. Now, that is changing because of Valve. It is currently still a thing. So as long as we have to deal with Windows, we will deal with Windows. So for those Linux fanboys, this is not for you, and I frankly don't care what you think. For Windows users, this allows you to have multiple types of desktops. You'll get a work and a other mode, but there's an icon right here that you click, and inside you'll have a button called, oh, you do see it, new desktop. And then you get another desktop. And then to switch back out, you would have to click the same button again and then click the other one. That's the tool that most of these Linux people are going to have already enjoyed for many years. Windows finally added it, except that this time we can actually play our games. Now, getting applications from the Windows App Store is easier than most might think. If you own an Android or an iPhone, you definitely already have the skills for this. It used to be on this taskbar. I don't have it. It would be on the desktop, but I don't usually show my desktop. And of course, it also exists inside the start menu. So you would go to either the tile, which by the way, I just passed it because it changed order, the store icon. You click the store icon. Let's bring it back here. And then you can just basically click into anything. So let's say something I didn't install yet, Amazon. Well, you would click this free button right here to download it, or it would say purchased, the free button, and then that's all you need. Now, if you need an account, well, you probably have a Windows Live or a Hotmail or an Outlook account. You can use that to actually get in. So those are 13 skills that you can benefit from that will make you a power user. So I hope you definitely learned something from this. I know it might be a little bit longer, but you know, it's beneficial to learn how things work on a desktop the way it is meant to work. And obviously, if you want to make the show better, go to patreon.com/TQA Weekly. Don't forget to subscribe, like, dislike, and share this episode. Have a great day, and goodbye.